There are times that you may want to sync the configuration data that's found on the buzztouch.com server, or perhaps your own self-hosted buzztouch server, and the configuration data file that's on your local hard drive that you're using to compile your app with. Two reasons I can think of to do this are, first of all, if you've been making a lot of changes and you run into some problems and you're not seeing things like you think you should, you want to sync those configuration files to make sure that you have everything local that you have on the server. And the second reason is prior to submitting an app to the appropriate store, you want to make sure that the server and the local copies are synced so that when the reviewer opens up the app for the first time, they aren't prompted for a refresh. And that's a great user experience for the reviewer, in particular on the iTunes Store. So in order to sync the two files, first thing you do is come in to your application control panel, find the configuration data file. You're going to click on it and wait for a few seconds while it generates all the data. And once the configuration data has been generated, it will be shown here, and it will look something like this. And if you notice, this is all the JSON that's associated with your app. So you want to go ahead and click in there somewhere, do a Control A to highlight everything, or however you want to do this on your individual browser, and a Control C, copy it all. And then the next thing you want to do is find your configuration bt_config.txt file. In iOS, it's located in the btconfig file. You have the btconfig.txt file right there. And in Android, it's located under Assets, btconfig. So you want to go ahead and open that up. We'll just do the Android one here as an example. It's the same thing for iOS. Open it up with your favorite editor. And since we're going to do a complete sync here, you just want to go ahead and select everything and then paste the new file in there and save. And now the configuration data file that is on the BuzzTouch server or your self-hosted BuzzTouch server is now the same information that's found on your local copy. So nobody will be prompted for a refresh so long as you don't make any other changes from this point forward. But this is a great way to make sure that everything is in sync and that you're able to see, hopefully, all the content that you have configured for your particular app. So that is how you sync the configuration data between the BuzzTouch server and your local bt_config.txt file.